Hello and welcome to Greystone Online. For some time now, we at Greystone have dreamt about expanding our ministries to include an online space for worship and faith formation. And I have to say, we never thought that we would be doing it right now or in this way. But thanks to coronavirus, we are here expanding our presence and trying to find new creative ways to worship, to gather together, to pray, to share joys and concerns, to sing songs, and to grow in our faith together, even when we can't be in the same physical space. So no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, whether or not you have actually been to Greystone in North Raleigh or not, we're so glad that you've decided to worship with us in this way, and we hope that you will continue to visit our site and check us out and let us know who you are, because we want to know you just as much as you may be interested in learning a little bit about us. Right now, in 2020, Greystone is taking on a year of kindness. We're calling it our kindness campaign, and we're exploring a myriad of different ways that kindness informs our faith, informs our life, and has the possibility of transforming our entire community. And I have to say that when we started the year, we had a million ideas about what kindness might look like, but we never thought that kindness would look like social distance and isolation. We never imagined that in the year of kindness, we might begin to dream about how to worship together without having our bodies in the same physical space, and yet here we are. And so as we approach this season, this time of uncertainty, we are following the advice of some of our leaders who have asked us all to be a part of the community-wide effort to stay home as much as possible, to refrain from large gatherings, and to do everything that we can do online. And so here we are. During this season of Lent, we're exploring the many fears that we face, which again seems very appropriate for where we are as a nation right now. For the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about different kinds of fears. We started out exploring the fear of missing out, and yet leaving worship with the promise of we're right where God has called us to be, so we don't have to be afraid of missing out on anything when we're following God's call. Last week, which was the second week of Lent, we talked about the fear of the unknown, and we remembered that as humans, so much is unknown to us. And so we have to find courage and willingness to sit at the feet of Jesus and discover what God is teaching us in each and every moment. This week, we examined the fear of dry places. Did you know that there is an actual word for that? It's called xerophobia. And so as we remember the story of the Israelites leaving captivity and wandering in the desert wilderness for 40 years, crying out and complaining, asking God where the water is going to come from, and reflecting on their time in Egyptian captivity as if it were better than their time wandering in freedom, yet in the desert, we examine our own times of feeling abandoned by God, feeling like there is no water to be found, there is no hope on the horizon. And so we do that under the framework of living with xerophobia, living with a fear of being in dry places and living in what feels sometimes like the absence of God. And I hope you'll come back to this site and join us on Sunday as we examine that scripture and consider how God is speaking to us even in this very particular and peculiar dry place in which we find ourselves today. See you Sunday.